heavenly glorification and ascent to heaven is familiar, like Robin Faith Walsh and others have pointed out, even in the that's what she spoke about in the seminar, The New Investigation of the New Testament last September. And I spoke about the same thing, and so did Bart. We all ended up saying the same thing. Um, but the particular historicizing of it, if you think about it, a man that we knew and walked with, and Paul has had some kind of experience. I don't know that it's Acts 9 and Acts 20 and 21 and all 22. I don't know that that's the experience, but whatever it is, he's convinced that he's encountered a heavenly glorified version of a guy that I would assume he lived in Jerusalem. He says he was brought up there, that he had seen around and probably thought was a kind of one of those nut guys, Messiah types that thinks, but he's from the Galilee, so maybe he only had seen him at some of the festivals coming down. But now he is convinced that flesh and blood human being that was definitely killed, maybe he witnessed the crucifixion. If it's on the Mount of Olives, you couldn't miss it that day if you're in Jerusalem. Presumably he was. Where else would he be? And so that just knocked him out. That he not because the body got out of the tomb. He's long after that. It just that he heard the voice. He says he saw the Lord, and we don't know because of Acts, but we have other things where Paul reports that he talked to Jesus in a very intimate way, directly, like first person. Like he said, I asked the Lord 3 times to remove this messenger of Satan that was afflicting me, an angel, like a demon, inflicting him. He said, I asked him 3 times, and he said to me, just like he said, same thing each time, no, Paul, I'm not going to remove it. You've got enough grace, and your strength is made perfect in weakness. Okay, how do you account for that? I have no idea. I have a rule of thumb. I never judge anyone's spiritual experience, only my own. Now, if you say something crazy enough, I will have an opinion, but it's got to be really crazy. My favorite example is Pat Robertson was taking prayer requests one night on the 700 Club years ago. I've got to find this tape. And he didn't read them beforehand. So he got it. He goes, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. We got a woman here. Oh my God. She had all of her teeth removed, and the Lord just put a whole new set of permanent teeth in and a gold cross on each molar. And then he's like, you could tell he's going like, that couldn't be true. But he goes, well, praise Jesus. Let's go to the next one. But my example to my students is if you tell me an elephant flew from JFK and landed at Heathrow last night, overnight, 7 hours, and millions saw it leave and land and tracked by satellites, I just say, no, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. The elephant didn't do that. So what's the difference? You can't account for people's religious experience. Do we know enough about the cosmos to be able to say that no one's encountered a person who's died, or there's no revelation beyond our material world, or our minds are just computers? Do we really know enough to say that? I don't feel I do. But if you tell me your story, so many people have told me stories you could imagine because I'm a public figure. I just want to tell you, Dr. Tabor, what happened to me. It's usually about an encounter with Jesus, and they tell it really literal. They go, no, in the room, I saw him and he talked to me. What am I supposed to say? I don't have anything to say other than I'm listening to your story. I can't judge that. But I try to be respectful because people are sincere. If people tell you something like that, I think they're pretty sure it happened, unless they're just doing it for some other reason. But I'm more of a naturalist, and yet I think the natural world is way beyond. Like if I could make this mouse from my computer fly around my head while I'm talking right now, you'd all be ready to follow me, right? I'd be the Messiah. I'm more impressed with me talking to you right now than that. What would that mean? That means nothing. But I can look in your eyes and see a human being with a life and a story and a person. That's the miracle because you're only made out of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen and a few trace elements, and yet you're a person. That's the miracle, not tricks. I call it magic tricks. My God, he made water turn to wine. Wow. First of all, I don't probably think that happened, but even if it did, so what?